Happy Information Wednesday, Shalise McQueen here. Per my teaser video, I'm discussing rental car insurance, and the question of the day is, do you need to opt in for their insurance, or is what you carry substantial enough to avoid any lawsuits and collection activity? So to answer the question, it actually depends. So first and foremost, let's look at what that rental car insurance or the rental car policy states, and they are basically releasing any and all liability from them as the rental car provider, obviously you as a driver, and of course for the vehicle that they own. And so you have zero coverage for anything that may come your way in terms of whether it's an accident, the car is stolen, vandalized, catches on fire, a windshield is damaged, tires blow out, whatever may come your way, they are taking zero responsibility. So it's very important to make sure that your underlying auto policy has the appropriate coverages in the event that said events happen. Let's dissect your auto policy. A general rule of thumb is, for the most part, your bodily injury liability and property damage does typically extend from you to whatever vehicle that you're borrowing, rent, and of course own, assuming that it's named in the policy. However, some of the discount brands do not follow suit with this, so it's important that you review your policy and make sure that, once again, your coverage is extended to any car borrowed, rented, etc. And so once you determine that, you want to, of course, pay attention to what your limits are. You want to make sure that you have adequate coverage with your bodily injury and property damage, which, based in the state of Arizona, a majority do not. They carry state minimum, which is going to do you no favors and no good in the event you have any of those incidences. And then also you want to make sure, of course, you carry comp and collision, because collision is what's going to save the day in the event you get into an accident. And then, of course, comprehensive will save the day in the event you have theft, vandalism, fire, and of course any windshield damage. With that said, we're now going to assume we'll have auto policies. Now, what do you want to pay attention to? Again, you really want to pay attention to your limits in terms of the bodily injury and property damage, because like I said, the state minimum will do you no good. And so in that incident, if you're carrying state minimum, it might make sense to opt in for that rental car insurance, because they definitely carry much higher limits than what the state would require you to do so. And then, of course, with comp and collision, say you have those endorsements on your policy, what is the underlying deductible? Is it going to make sense to pay that deductible out of pocket? Also, do you want the claim on your record? And so in those instances, it might also make more sense to opt in for their policy, because it may be cheaper all around. I know from my luck, for whatever reason, anytime I go to Ohio, I get a cracked windshield in the rental car. It happens every damn time. And so I have learned to opt in for the rental car because I do not want the claim on my policy. And it's just that simple. It's not worth it. It's worth me opting. Like I said, for me, it just sometimes makes more sense to opt in for their policy. Of course, it is a cost basis, so you have to look at your own scenario and find out what makes most sense to you. But me avoiding a claim on my history and having to pay deductible, amen. I will opt in for their stuff every time. Other thing to consider is, where you're taking this rental car. How's it being stored? Where are you parking it? Because obviously rental car policies typically are for the United States, and same with your auto insurance policies. Anytime you travel outside the U.S., more than likely you're not going to have coverage. So it's important to make sure that you look at your coverages and what locations it covers versus not. There is subsequent coverage available for when you cross the border into Mexico. Give me a call and we can discuss that further. That is a day-by-day basis, not month. So it is actually pretty cost-effective that way. And you're getting the protection that you need without the worry of the liability of not having it. One last tip and trick, depending on what kind of credit card you're using to secure the rental car, more than likely they do offer some kind of credit, or I guess assistance, I should say, in the event that you had an accident, where your credit card company will pick up a small amount of a shortfall or any kind of gap coverage. So always check out what your credit card benefits are as well, and that will also help you determine which credit card will be best to use when booking a rental car. As always, we enjoyed today's conversation. Hopefully you learned something. I'm here to be a resource for you, whether it's to audit your current policies and, of course, try to save you money by providing you a new quote. Feel free to give me a call at 602-525-5665 or email me at cmcqueen@farmersagent.com. Remember to ask yourself, are you protected? We'll see you next week.